Hello, welcome to the AEC Bar. My name's Lee Mullin and I'm here today to answer one of the questions which we've received from one of the viewers about point layout. They were asking how it could be used to help create models, not just for what it's typically known as. So if you watch one of the previous videos, and we'll provide a link here, it tells you about how you can use point layout to take points from your drawings or models and take them out into the construction site for use in a total station. And then that would allow you to then accurately lay out from the design intent. And then what you can also do is go around and take as-builts with the total station afterwards to see if we laid things out where they were meant to be laid out. And that's what's typically used for. It's used to kind of analyse against tolerances, look for any anomalies, and look for any rework that needs to be done before the next trade comes in. However, the question we were being asked was how could it be used to lay out things, for example, like pipe networks, and create models from those. Well, one of the tools that point layout has, and this is in AutoCAD and Revit, but we'll talk about Revit really because of that BIM workflow, allows you to take a number of points and assign them back to a family. So if you think of Revit like Lego families, what you can do is you can say, for example, let's take a point, in this example in the video which I'm going to show, from Marvin the Paranoid Android from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So it could be used for anything. What we've done is we added a point to that model, and we're saying at the base of that model's feet, in this case, in the centre, we're going to attach a point. So every time that we then have an as-built point that matches that, it will show this particular model. So in this case it's with obviously a bit of a silly model, but nothing stops us from making that something like a rise event, or the base of a wall, or simply just putting a point in place, maybe a detailing family or something like this. When it comes to things like pipes and walls, one of the things that we can do is we can start assigning a series of numbers, numerical sequence, to those out on site. So if we're collecting, let's say we've got a long pipe which has got 10 twists and turns along the pipe network, what we can then do is we can then, as long as they've been numbered in numerical sequence, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we can then assign a pipe line to that. And what that will do is that will bring in all the individual pipes. It won't create bends for them, you'll need to go and do those yourselves, but it'll allow you to, at least in that initial sense, be able to create a pipe network, which you probably wouldn't have been able to do without a lot more work previously. So what we do is we basically assign that to a nested family. We select what size pipes they're going to be. Hopefully, as you've taken this down on your total station hardware, or using the iPad if you're using the BIM 360 layout tool, make sure you fill in that information to say what size is this pipe, what dimensions or what materials that being made of, which will then help the modeler back in the office to accurately model that. Now, the last example we've got is one example where we're taking a series of different information from the site. So say you're a site engineer, and you want to understand what's the current context, what do we currently have on site that we're working around. So we don't have a model, but we want to create enough so we can build our 4D site plan. So what we can do again is we can just assign a point to the top of each one of the piles in this case, and we've then gone through and we've collected a series of as-built points for all of those piles, and then we've brought them back into the model, and then we can compare that to what currently is already there. So you can see around the crane and the site hoardings, we can see what we currently have available. So that will help us work out things like material layout zones, where machines are allowed to plant is allowed to drive over and where it's not. So it'll help with some of that planning. So there's a lot of ways in which it could be used. If you want some more information or got any more questions, if you contact us on the AEC Bar at autodesk.com. And if you can like this video, if you liked it, that would be great. Otherwise, we'll speak to you in the next video. Thank you.